Hey, Christine Johnson sewing friends. So today we're going to show you how to order a digital pattern, download it, and either print it from home or print it using a PDF printing service, such as one that we are going to show online. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and add a digital sewing pattern to your cart. And if you want to see all of the new Christine Johnson patterns that are available in digital, you can go ahead and select Sewing Patterns. And then you can select in this case, paper patterns. In this case, you want downloadable patterns. So you can sort by either or. So we'll select our downloadable patterns. And we will choose our take-along dress here. And there are a couple things you'll want to note. The take-along dress, like a lot of our PDF sewing patterns, are all packaged together, or they will be all packaged together by the time you read this or watch this video. So you can go ahead and download just one file and have everything that you need inside of it, which is what we're going to do. So we're going to add it to our cart. And then we're going to go ahead and check out. Don't forget, we always have our Bundle Me, so if you want to go ahead and get more patterns and get one free, go ahead and use our Bundle Me coupon. And in this case, we're going to go ahead and check out. The first thing it's going to ask us to do is enter in our email address. If you already have an account, you can go ahead and sign in. And I'm going to go ahead and apply a discount code. Don't worry, this won't work for you because by the time you watch this video, this code won't exist anymore. But you can see I just set one up in here so I could go ahead and zero it out. So I could go ahead and download my order. Still have to fill out my name. And I could go ahead and hit continue, and I can purchase. Now, when it comes up on the screen, it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to actually show you a download link that you can download right here. So if you are doing this on your iPad or your phone or your computer, you can just download it and save it wherever you want it to go. But you can also do this later by looking for the email on your inbox. And remember, you always have 24 hours in which to download these. Sorry, our system doesn't yet allow us to save them in your system for download later, but we can always send you another download link if you need it. So just go ahead and contact us at orders@cjpatterns.com. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and download our packaged file. And it's going to say, what would I like to do? I'd like to save this file. And I'm going to go to my downloads. And I've got my take-along dress. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it open. And I want to show you a couple of things that come with your packaged file so that you understand what's in it. First of all, if you click on page thumbnails in Acrobat, you're going to see all of the different pages that you're going to have access to when you get your digital download. And I'm going to show you the one page that you need to let your printer know that you're going to go ahead and print all as one piece. Okay, so the first page always is our cover. And then, of course, the back cover. These would be like your pattern covers that you used to get when you got a paper pattern. And then we always have this guide working with a downloadable pattern, which tells you how to print them if you're going to print them at home. And then you have the full photographic instructions. I like to keep these on my iPad sitting next to my sewing table so that I can go ahead and zoom in and out on pictures, and I can click easily into the details up close so I can see what I'm looking at as I sew. Now, if you want to print this at the plotting system, like pdfplotting.com is one we're going to use today, then it looks like on this particular pattern, page 18 is the one you're going to want to have them print. So you're going to go ahead and upload this file and tell them page 18. Now, if you're working with some of our newer digital patterns, you'll notice that when you downloaded a file, you got a whole bunch of things in one folder once you unzipped it. And this file may be separate. So check and look for your A0 or your tiled files or your tiled or your A0 files before you go ahead and send your file to the printer, because this one may be separate. Now in this case, this one tells you that it's A0, which is a specific file size that printers can print. If it's not A0, it will contain in large letters numbers on here that say something like 36 by 58, which tells you that the file is 36 inches wide by 58 long. A0 is a standard, so a lot of these are produced in A0, but some of them are also starting to be produced in 36 inch, and that's because a lot of smaller providers are using the 36-inch plotters because they're a little less expensive. So in this case, I know that page 18 is the one that I want to go ahead and print, and then I would go out to my printing service. Now you can choose a lot of different printing services. One of the ones that is out there is called pdfplotting.com. And you can go ahead, and as you can see, they do CAD and construction printing, but they also do pattern printing. You may have companies in your community that do black and white blueprint printing very inexpensively, and you can actually send this file and get something back same day. So definitely check your local establishment in the Metro Detroit area. I know there's one called ARC Printing. In the Lansing, Michigan area, there's one called Capital Imaging and Capital Blueprint. But your community will definitely have one of these places. Again, you're looking for a blueprint printer, not necessarily Staples or Office Max or FedEx Kinko's, because those may be more expensive and you should always get a quote before you print. But definitely make sure that you check around for pricing, because would it be great to have a full color printed pattern delivered the same day or ready the same day that you can pick up? I'd say so. So in this case, you want to choose black and white pattern printing. And we are at pdfplotting.com, as you can see. And if you order by 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they ship the same day. And it says, look at the bottom left corner of each page, and files from some manufacturers may say that you should print something like oversized by 36 by 130 or 36 by 152. So let's go back to PDF here, and we'll look at the bottom left corner of each page, of this particular page. And in this case, this one is a true A0. She's got listed here A0, page 1, so we're good to go for A0. And again, some of our files do have the numbers printed right on them. So we're going to choose number of pattern pages. I'm going to choose 1. And we want to do 24, A0 and 36. We want to do 1 here. We want to do 0 of this one. So go down here, they've got their A0, and then you can just browse, and you might choose a note in here like print page 18, the page that says A0 on it. Okay, and in this case, it's probably longer than 72, so in this case, I think it's actually here. 1. Then you're going to go ahead and select your file that you downloaded, probably in your downloads folder, and you're going to upload that. And you're going to go ahead and add it to your cart. And as you can see, they give you a price here. And so it says that this particular one is 36 by 72 is $2.70. So you would add it to your cart. And then you would go ahead and complete the checkout process just as you would normally do, setting up your own account if you want to print more patterns here in the future. Again, all of your pattern printing services, whether you choose local or whether you choose something like PDF Plotting, will have their own system. And navigating these sites are usually pretty easy. If you have any questions about the specifics of the pattern size or the file that you're working with, you can go ahead and message us at orders@cjpatterns.com. Now you'll notice here it says minimum order amount of $7.50. Please add more items to your cart to reach minimum order amount. So in this case, I probably would want to go ahead and print several PDF patterns. So if you haven't already gotten the take-along dress, maybe you want to get the moto jacket potentially, and as well as some of our other digital patterns. Now, not all of our downloadable patterns are available in the A0, but all of our newer patterns, such as our moto jacket, take-along dress, drape vest and jacket, are available in the 36-inch or A0 size. So you can add 2 or 3 patterns to your cart, either from Christine Johnson Patterns or even other digital pattern makers, and add them to your cart to check out. If you're doing it locally, you'll have more choice to just print out the one pattern that you need at your local online printing store. So that's it. That's how you upload, and when I would go ahead and create a cart, I would go ahead and check out with this pattern, and then in about 2 days, I'll end up with my sewing pattern all printed out on one giant sheet of paper. Now let's say you don't want to do it that way and you want to actually print it from home. So you can actually come up here and you can look in your file and you can see that the pages that you actually need to print are right here. So I would always recommend printing, and I'm going to show you this one here. I would always recommend printing this little schematic here. So starting your digital pattern prep here with the schematic. This says page 1 in the corner, which is page 1 of the tiled pages. And so in that case, I would start with page 1, and you can see this is file page 24 right here. And that goes all the way down to file page 58. So I would choose to print it on my home printer. And the really important thing here is this scaling. You want to make sure it's set for actual size, not shrink and not fit. So make sure it's actual size. And you can actually print out just page 1, which has got the scaling box that you can see right here. If you print just this page, which by the way is file page 24, right? If you print just the current page 24 just to test it out first, then you'll know whether this measurement in this box is correct and whether you can print the rest of the file with your specifications here. Then you can choose to print page 24 to 58, and it will print all pages in that range. You hit print on your home printer, and a bunch of pages are going to spit out on your home printer, and then you can align them using the align marks in the corner of each pattern page. And you can see those alignment marks here. And so basically corner 1 is here, corner 2 is here. So there you can see 2 is the start of this curve here of the shoulder for the cap sleeve. Okay, and then you go to page 3 and you can see it's the other side. And these notches, they're not really notches, but they attach here and here, and those are your lineup points. So that way you can make sure your paper is lined up correctly. And we actually do show a video and some photos in our Christine Johnson Sewing Circle private Facebook group that show you how you can use your door wall or a kitchen window or any large flat backlit surface that gives you the opportunity to tape these up without trimming the edges. So trimming isn't absolutely necessary, even though we do say it. You can actually line these up using some sort of a backlit surface. Again, I've even done these at night where I've turned my porch light on and stuck them up against my door wall and used the porch light to shine through. So even if you're laying out your patterns at night or tiling them at night, you can still go ahead and do that. So that's it. That's how you prepare a Christine Johnson digital download pattern for printing. You can either choose to print at home, which is totally instant gratification. You can download it at 11 o'clock at night, have it taped up, and if you're one of those people that likes to sew at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can make yourself this beautiful take-along dress and have it ready to wear to work the very next day. Or you might choose to have it downloaded, printed at a local printing service or an online printing service like PDF Plotting, and have it pick it up later in the day and have a full-size, no-tiled, easy to use one single sheet. The only advantage of doing the single sheet is that, of course, you don't have to tile this together, which is a little bit of work. One of the disadvantages of it, of course, is that you have to wait to have it printed or sent to you in this case, if that's how you're doing it. But it's your choice. You have the option. And as the pattern industry goes further and further into these digital download patterns, this is going to become the norm for everything. And I would expect within about 5 or 6 years that most of us are probably going to have 36-inch printers, or we've got a friend with a 36-inch printer. So the day is coming where we won't even use these services. A 36-inch printer will be a common thing in our sewing rooms. So that's how you do it. Thanks for joining us.